we need to start an Only Murders type,
Yes.
podcast or something. We can talk about those.
Can we please?
They found a body at Florida Southern.
What?
I was getting ready and I just saw, on the bottom, like they scroll on the news, and it said something about 2 people in custody after a body is found at Florida Southern. Like, what? So hopefully I didn't read that wrong, or I did. Hopefully I did.
We're going to need to get a lot more informed before we have our murders podcast.
Right.
But
Oh, I'm all about that. We can
You know I am.
We need to talk about Lee Schofeld, like on our podcast.
the 3 drama mamas are there.
Dun, 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 dun.
The monocle?
magnifying glass.
Oh.
Just so you know, that comes with
I want a kit. I want the whole kit. Starter kit. Detective starter kit.
Fingerprint brush.
Yeah.
You need the hat.
in the building when they have the little handheld. This is actually
This
the
is.
same thing.
It has like a little thingy that clips on the top of it.
Oh my
So
gosh.
it has microphones that do this on the top.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Take it with you. And then you can
So
just kinda-
cool.
You just talk into it.
Okay, we got to start.
Exactly like
Because this is
Only
a
Murders.
brilliant idea.
We have to. Like when I was telling the detectives
So this
to
is the
use
start. Chris is in our shot.
It's okay.
Not just Chris.
Welcome.
Chris's ass is in our shot.
See the-
Started.
Welcome
No,
to the
we're not.
Drama Mamas. We've got some fabulous ideas going on right now, so we need to get started.
Oh yeah. I'm Kristen.
I'm Angela.
I'm Kathy.
Angela's like, I gotta go home.
Yes.
I like this idea. We need to talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, we can just get together on the same days we always record, right? Or
Yeah.
no. We got to go to the crime scenes.
Yes.
We
With
got to
the
roll up
recorder.
in there, and then we can tell the detective how to do their job.
And like this podcast, in that podcast, we'll have absolutely no experience or knowledge.
None. It'll be like a
Bring in a
comedic
fresh face to
situation.
crime solving.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we know nothing.
It's only
Yeah.
murders in
Kind
Lakeland.
of our theme.
Yeah, and then we can also talk about like past murders and investigations that have had on, and we can like,
The Bone Valley podcast.
oh God, yes, absolutely,
So good.
and bring some like community awareness to what's going on, to some of these like things of people that possibly might be on death row and be not guilty.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. All right, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll be working on our
Yeah,
true
at
crime
some point.
podcast
all about
in our
it.
free time.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey.
Well, I mean, we have downtime now. The kids are back in school.
That's right, thank God.
Yes, yeah. Schedules are starting to like even out a little bit. We
I'm
know
just
what's
excited
going
that both of
on.
mine are in the same
I
school now,
I'm looking forward to that.
which we haven't had
That's
since
nice.
5th grade.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Just for the pure fact that you didn't have to go to 2 orientations and melt.
Oh my
Because
God, it's so fucking
I
hot.
have never been so hot
Yeah.
as I was at orientation.
Well, every
this
time I
year.
get in the car, it says it's 108
I know.
degrees,
And I've lived in
109
Florida
degrees
my whole life. I don't ever remember being this hot.
ever.
It's super hot.
It's funny because, like, I was thinking about it this morning. They used to announce on the, like, when you would watch the news in the morning, they'd be like, oh, it's a heat wave, you know? I haven't heard that
No,
word.
it's just hot.
It's just hot. There's, like, all
It's
these heat
hot.
advisories.
Yes.
Yes, and we are
Every
at
day.
an intense heat advisory right now.
Yes.
So like we're in the middle of hurricane season right now, and there is not a peep going on
Well, I think
in that
Chris was
Atlantic basin.
Very concerning.
I think
Yes.
Chris was telling me, too, like, the waters are, like, 92 degrees, which
Yes.
is, like, I'm not getting in the ocean. It's hot.
No, it's
Correct.
bad.
It's hot
water.
outside. It's hot in the ocean.
Well, it's killing the coral reefs. It's doing
Well,
all
yeah, which
kinds
it's
of-
been doing. There was like a whole I don't know if you ever watched that. The whole special on the white coral. Yeah, it might have been on Netflix, maybe. I highly recommend because it's like the bleaching of the coral
Right,
and
right.
worldwide.
It's
Yeah,
so sad.
it is.
That whole ecosystem. And what's good, I guess, about there not being a lot of storms out there is because when you have nice warm water,
water, yeah.
that can make it really, really severe.
Yeah, but maybe there's like such thing as too warm, and maybe that's where we're at.
Yeah, could
Maybe
be.
it's like,
I don't
I'm
really know.
out. The hurricane's
I don't
like,
know
nope,
either.
not doing it.
Yeah.
It's
There's
hot
a
out there.
big dust storm.
I opened the front door and it hit me like a wave. So like I was like, nah.
Wow. It takes your breath away, is what it does.
It does.
I think of those
So-
poor kids, like the athletes, the
I know.
football players, the marching bands.
They were playing football
don't know how.
just the other day because we have to drive by it to go
Right.
to North Lakeland, and yeah, because the stadium for Lakeland High is not attached to the school,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's like the main drag of Lakeland is dividing that and where people park, and so they always have like cops out there to let people wander back and forth, and you have to go slow through that area and stuff. And
Is
we
that
were
Tiger
driving today.
Stadium? Is that what you're
No,
talking
that's not Tiger. It's the the one for the school.
Yeah, it's just up 98.
Yeah, it's on
Oh, yeah,
Florida
yeah,
Ave.
yeah. I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about. Okay. It says
But,
Dreadnoughts on it. Yeah.
Yeah, those poor kids, they were walking into there, and I was like, oh, man,
even
football season has
imagine.
started.
And the Bucks, they played the other night. It was like 100 degrees.
Oh, my gosh.
I know, that's wild. PJ said yesterday, he was like, hey, I'm going to take Max to the driving range. Like, after we and I'm like, babe, are you really going to go to, like, the driving
really
range? And he was like, yeah. And then we got home, and Gabby left for rehearsals. And then he came in the room, and he was like, we're going to go fishing instead. I'm like, that's probably better. Go fishing.
I don't think it's any better.
Well, at least here there's, like, shade, like a driving range. You're, like,
Yeah.
out in the
She
middle
go to
of-
Topgolf.
Or
Well,
At
just
least then it's like
or just
shade, you get
stay
food,
inside.
you've got
Yeah,
drinks.
he wasn't gonna
There's
do
fans
that.
with misters. Like,
That's like...
it's a little bougie, and you pay for
Yeah.
that bouge, but then you're not, like, you're still hot.
But you're alive to enjoy the booze.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're doing that. He was just going to take him down to the street to the, Sandland or Cleveland or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, they didn't do that. But they ended up catching a bunch of fish and having fun. And
Awesome.
yeah,
That's
so
always
they
fun.
did that. Yeah, caught some turtles. I said, stop catching the
Oh,
turtles.
dear.
He doesn't do it on purpose. They like the worms.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
They, they're able to save them and salvage them or whatever. But it's sad. But there's some big ass turtles. Holy smokes! A couple times I've taken him, like,
Yeah.
they're big. They're big, too big. But anyway, so yeah, the weather's crazy.
Everybody had good first days of school.
Yep.
Yep.
Pinky got new contacts. She couldn't get them out.
Oh, I
End
was
of the
there.
first, I know you were.
Poor Pink.
She got one out, but 6.5 hours later, thank God for Lolo.
I
Auntie
know.
Lolo got it
Auntie
out.
Lo. Happy birthday, Laura.
Just gotta
Yeah.
drench them. Gotta drench them. Keep them.
Well, then once you get in that mind space too, then it's just all over. Like,
Yeah.
I can't do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could ever wear
I
contacts.
noticed she's not wearing them today.
No, I told her to take a break this weekend.
So we're going to try again at school.
I guess.
Have we thought that one through?
Well,
Maybe she should put them in today. try
I'd be
'em out.
fine if she waited until next weekend
Got
so
it.
we didn't have that drama, but
Yeah.
I don't think that's how that's going to go down.
Okay. Well, good luck with that one.
I just know that her eyes were so sore she couldn't sleep, and then she woke up yesterday just exhausted because her eyes hurt. I'm like, well, your fingers were in them for 6.5 hours, so yeah, they're gonna hurt.
Yeah.
And they're
make
futzing with
sure.
them. She can get them moved. Well, they were. I didn't know. They didn't tell us that she needed drops because her eyes might dry out when they gave us the contact training. We did 2 rounds of contact training
Nobody
before we
mentioned
were
drops.
allowed to come home with the contacts, and nobody told me. Nobody said, hey, you should probably pick up some eye drops, or you can take this same solution and
Right.
put it in your eye. Like, nobody said anything to me about that. So we
Yeah.
get home, she goes to school, she comes home, and they're like dried to her eyes.
Oh my gosh.
Poor thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
So I went up to the store, and she's like telling me she Googled it, and they have to be contact friendly, otherwise it'll leave a film. And we only have the 1 pair right now because they're a month-long pair. And so I get to the Walgreens and I'm looking, and there's this huge section of eye drops, and I was like,
a
I am in
little
over my
overwhelming.
head. So I bought 2 different ones that look good because like they were the least stocked on the shelf. So that's usually a sign, right? So I'm like, okay, this one and this one. And then I get home, and as I'm walking in, she sends me a picture of another one that's the same brand as the one that she uses for the actual contact cleaning
Okay.
stuff, which apparently you can also use that, which I didn't know until PJ had told us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we put drops in her eye, and she was like, oh, that feels so much better. I'm like, no shit. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Poor thing.
That's why she couldn't
I
get them
know.
out because they were just pasted.
Yeah, they were,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, it's like they're glued on there.
Poor thing.
Yeah. Other than that, though, apparently first day went fine for our kids.
Excellent.
For
Yeah,
yours?
same for ours. They both had great days and excited about the year. So
Yeah.
we'll see how long that lasts. But
Yeah.
At least we started strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's weird to start on a Friday and then it's
I
the
know.
weekend.
First day of school, weekend.
Yeah.
But it was kind of
Our
nice.
kids went back Thursday.
Right.
So that wasn't bad. So they did Thursday, Friday. They had great days. And
Awesome.
yeah, so we're moving in the right
Yeah.
direction.
Well,
Yep.
Sending our love out to all those teachers out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boy, they have a job. Not only do they have to teach our kids, but they can't even focus on teaching our kids because there's so many other things going on that they have to know about and be aware of and change policies and this, that, and the other.
Yeah,
So-
the day before our school started, the notification about nicknames and new policies and
Yeah.
laws and stuff about that crap, and all the teachers now like completely blindsided by this new law, and the day before
day
school starts, like
before.
the night before
Yeah.
school starts.
Good one.
Gosh, what is the? We were just talking about that the other night. I didn't even know about it. They didn't discuss it at our kids' school. But like, how far does that go? Like, can you do a nickname that's like a natural shortening
No.
of the birth
No.
name? So like,
It's
Gabriella
everything.
would have to. Like, if
Shorten
I wanted to
names.
call her Gabby, you got to sign.
You got to
it.
sign up.
Yeah, but they don't have
Goodness
any of that
gracious.
yet. They just like, here's the law and TBD on forms to get it filled out. So for now, just
But it says it's going into effect August 22nd. Did I read that?
yeah. But by then we should have a form, I think.
Well, we signed a paper and
Yeah.
put our phone numbers and our signatures and like we give you
Yeah,
permission
send it
just
in.
to kind of
Yeah, cover it. Is
Yeah,
this
I mean, I told the girls, I'm like, whatever you want to sign on,
Is this like a Florida state, like a state of Florida thing? Or
Yes,
is this
it's
like,
state of Florida
This
thing.
is
It's
like a
DeSantis thing.
DeSantis. Interesting.
One of many changes that have happened since
know.
about April.
yeah. We just need to really be supporting and uplifting our teachers because
They're kind of in the thick of it.
they are. Can't have these
Yeah.
books and you can't do this and you can't do that.
They've got to think that that's ridiculous. Like Michael, I can't call him Mike, or Brian, I can't, or Matthew, I can't call him Matt. Like that's like so. PJ and I were talking about his birth name is Paul. He always went through school. Call me PJ. Like, that was always the thing. It was never a big deal. It was like, yeah, you're PJ.
Right.
You know.
Well, the
like-
problem is, like, they're trying to tackle a very specific issue, but still cast a wide net. And so that means that they don't want to leave loopholes for the thing
Right.
they're after, so everybody's affected.
Correct. Yeah.
It's their way, I guess, of being fair about it,
I
but
guess
it's
so.
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a mess.
So,
So send your teacher an email saying thank you, or send them a cup of coffee,
Yeah.
or just we've got to
Yeah.
support
Just
our
the we
teachers.
appreciate you stuff.
Yeah,
yeah, because
Sure.
yeah.
they can't just focus
Difficult.
on I want to teach this. Their minds are on 15 other things. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's all that red
My
tape
heart
that
goes
they
out
have
to
to
them.
get through to even start their day, and they may only have 40 minutes with your kid
Yeah.
a day.
yeah,
I was going to tell you, I don't know if we mentioned this when we popped over the other night, but Michaela has Tyler for her first period class.
Oh,
who was on
yay.
the podcast. Yeah, TCM Keith. Yeah, it's going to be fun. She's going to
That's
really enjoy
awesome.
that class, I think.
That's good. So as in English?
Yep.
Or, okay, perfect.
Yep.
And speaking of Tyler, he got nominated for some. I should have written it down. Huge award.
Yeah. I
Like
could probably pull it
nationwide.
up.
Yeah, look it up because that's
Yeah, that's awesome.
ama-
But
I'm not
he posted
surprised
on
with
his
one
Facebook
bit
page, I think,
because
right?
he is genius. But very
He
cool.
is a genius. Make sure you tell Michaela no chat GPT.
I asked him about it. So we were there for orientation in the musical theater room, and we got there kind of early. And I helped Parvati because she sent up an SOS. I don't know where my classes are. I helped her get all her classes figured out, and then we came back to the musical theater room, and there was still like time to kill before we kind of got started. And like Jordan and Frida and Tyler and all the teachers, they were all in Susie Lambert's room, and so I popped in there and was talking with him and. I was like, so have you figured out how you're going to use ChatGPT yet? And he was like, listen.
It was on one of my kids' syllabus. Like, cannot use this. Like, you had to sign
really?
the form. Yeah.
That's funny.
Okay, so what a great honor to have this work recognized. The American Prize celebrating American excellence in the arts. Winners will be announced soon. So he was nominated for Winesburg, his Winesburg, Ohio, a new musical, which he wrote.
Yes.
Right. And we talked about that on our podcast.
Yeah, the American Prize in Composition, Opera, Theater, Film, Dance, Professional Division.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So exciting.
Super
for
cool.
him.
And who's the prize? What's the competition for, or who's giving it out? I missed that part.
The
Does it say where
It
it's
doesn't.
from?
I mean, it doesn't. It just says the American Prize celebrating American excellence in the arts. It's clickable.
Okay, awesome. That's
But-
well. Congratulations to you, Tyler.
It's huge.
American Prize. Maybe that's.
I mean,
the
it could be.
thing.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
like the group.
Okay, cool.
But
Yay.
yeah. Oh, it's a series of new nonprofit national competitions in the performing arts.
Nice.
RECO, whatever
Very
that's short
cool.
for. But
Very cool.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Yeah,
congrats.
can't see how that turns out.
Yeah.
For all of our friends going off to college here in a couple
I
days.
know so many
Oh
of
my
our kids that we've watched and
Yep.
watched them grow up in the theater, and now they're off
I
and
know.
running.
We'll have to have Kat back on,
Yes.
once
Yeah.
Autumn's kind of done
Like a
her
before and
thing.
after. Have
been
been through the
Yes,
process.
yes.
Going
I
up.
feel
I
like
asked her, I
we've
said, are you
been
going to
through
go up
that.
there for a few weeks or, chill with her for a little bit? She's like, no, I'm just going to go up for the long weekend. She's got stuff that, to do, so I'm going to get out of her hair.
Yeah, it's probably best to just break that little.
Yeah, and it's like when you drop your kid off at kindergarten the first day and they're like, no, just leave. You drop them in the car line or
Right.
whatever, and they're,
Kick 'em out.
Yes, yes.
the kid's like, Mommy, no!
That
Like
was
a
me in the
Band-Aid.
parking
Yeah.
lot at Stetson as my mom was driving away. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so hard.
No.
Well, Autumn's going to have a blast in New York.
Oh my gosh, yeah. She was telling me about her
Yes.
apartment. It's she shares it with 5 other girls.
Is it
There's
a dorm?
2 bedroom. It's a dorm-ish apartment.
Okay.
I did not.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. They have a
So she'll
bathroom they
have-
share and like a kitchenette. There's no oven, but there's a stove and a microwave. And she's like, we got all kinds of space for New York. I'm sure it's still about 100 square feet. But
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
yeah, she was super excited about that.
She's not going to spend a lot of time there. There's so
No.
much to do in New York.
I know. She's going to be
yeah.
sleeping there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
pretty
know.
much.
Very exciting. Jania's heading off, I think, tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah, she's going to Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I know. Watching all these kids go off. I can't wait to see what they do. Once they get out of college, like what shows
Yeah.
they get in and all of that. Yeah, I'm excited for them.
Very excited
Yeah.
for them.
And Kerrigan's she's going to Florida Southern, so she'll be around, and she's going to be teaching at LCT, so that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, lots of changes to the
so much
program,
to go
the
on.
youth programs at LCT too. There's a lot of neat stuff that they're doing.
Yeah.
I think I'm the most excited about the outreach one. Is that Encore?
Encore.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm the most excited about that
Yeah.
one. Pinky being in Harrison this year probably means we're not participating in that, but I'm still excited for it. I love the fact that they're doing more outreach programs,
Yes.
and since
Yeah,
Jordan took
to get
over,
in the
they're-
community,
she's kind of revitalized and bringing some new ideas and stuff, and
Very exciting.
yeah, very exciting times for that.
Speaking of,
Yeah,
What you got?
we are
Got your
supposed to
notes?
talk about the theater. Just a lot of great shows coming up. I thought we could promote.
yeah,
Yeah, let's do
You
it. Let's
are
do it.
helping rehearsal stage manager. Did I get that title right?
Co-rehearsal stage
Co-rehearsal stage
I split it with Laura.
for Nonsense. Tell us
We
about
were-
that. That's coming up.
Well, it's funny because Alan was like, "Yeah, we've got Jackie. She'll call the shows," and I was like, "Sweet." And he's like, "But we still need somebody for the rehearsals." And I looked at Laura and I was like, because I was just coming out of Margaritaville.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And so, well, she was in the cast too. Her and Chris were both in the cast. But I was just coming off of Margaritaville and thinking, I need a break before we dive into Cinderella at Harrison. And I was like, I guess I could probably do it. Probably.
Maybe.
And
And
then
he's
Laura's
like,
like,
"I'll
we
put you
can
down
do
for
it
a yes."
together. We'll split it and it'll, it'll work. And so I was like, okay, well, if we're going to split it, but then we're just there together
Yeah.
and,
hanging out,
hanging
just
out
fun.
together, which that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to be, every show I'm doing from Margaritaville on for the next year will be with Laura.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I'm going
That's
to have,
right.
Funny.
she better like me.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, she does. It's
Yeah.
all good. You guys are like the
Lot
dynamic
together
duo.
time.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we'll roll out of Nonsense, which is actually a really cute little show.
I've heard it's really good.
Yeah,
things about it.
it's
a small cast.
It is. It's 9 people. We had 10, but we had a guy that was filling one of the father brother roles. He dropped, and we brought Tom back in, which was he was in everything since Chitty this season at LCT, and but he had to drop too. Kind of last he was in for 2 days.
Oh, gosh.
And he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I hate to do this, I've never done this," but so we just ended up taking those lines and just redistributing them,
Perfect.
and so it'll be kind of cool. So it's 9 people. There's only one guy in the cast, and he plays Sister Julia, Child of God, as in Julia Childs.
Gosh, that's amazing.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And he was Shrek.
Yes, he was Shrek, and he
amazing
was
in that.
also the monster in Frankenstein.
Okay, that was before my time.
Okay.
Yeah, they're both of those were before my time. I didn't see Shrek either.
I did. It was
But
so good.
Yeah, that was really.
Yes,
So good.
I would love to see Shrek, but I
Yeah.
have not seen that one. But yeah, so basically the nuns that are in the cast are the survivors of Sister Julia, Child of God's Vichyssoise soup
Oh, jeez.
disaster, in which 52 nuns die.
Oh, my gosh.
And those
Oh my
nuns
God.
that are alive were on like an outreach, and they had come home
So they had missed
to
it.
all the dead nuns with their soup. And so
Oh, wow.
they were able, through the grace, they tell you this story at the very beginning of the show. Through the grace of God, they had fallen into some funds that allowed them to be able to bury their sister nuns until Mother Superior decides, or Reverend Mother decides that she wants plasma TV. We changed it to smart TV because you're trying to update it.
Yeah.
But she goes and she buys this TV.
Yeah.
And now they can bury all the nuns except for like 4 or 5 of them.
Oh my gosh.
And then, so now they're doing a benefit
Oh, my gosh.
to raise
raise
money
money to bury
the last few nuns. They call it, they have a whole number. It's like clean out the freezer. We've got to clean out the freezer. It's by tomorrow morning because the health inspector is coming and they have to
And
have
that's
the
where all
dead
the
nuns
bodies
out.
are.
Yes.
Oh my
That
gosh.
sounds so
But the
fun.
whole benefit, and it's the set is the set of Grease in a like a high school gymnasium or cafeteria or something. I think
Right.
it's cafeteria.
Yeah.
And because the 8th graders are letting them put on the benefit there,
Okay.
but the 8th graders are doing Grease.
Oh, my
Okay.
gosh.
And there's a whole bit in the beginning, and it's just really, really, you're gonna love
sounds
this show. It's
very
actually
fun. Oh,
really
man.
cute, and the casting is like really well done.
Oh, that's awesome.
Great.
Yeah.
So that's
Well, let us know if you need help
September.
backstage because PJ and I
Um,
might, we might be able to help you
Well,
out.
we don't have any flies,
Okay, well,
which
that's
is
good.
fantastic. We have 2 techs already, 2
Okay,
kids.
perfect.
So we need 1 on either side, and then 2 spots. So we just need 2
Okay.
more volunteers.
Gotcha.
Well, that is
Okay, cool.
September 8th, the weekend of September 8th and September 17th. or
Yes, a
into
2-weekend
September.
run.
Yeah, 2 runs. Okay, so that's
gonna
at
be
Lakeland
fun.
Community Theater.
Yeah.
Sounds hilarious.
And then Kathy,
Yes.
Gabby's in.
Yes, she's doing Matilda.
Because it's like the same time slot. The first show
Yeah.
is LCT in Theater Winter Haven.
Yep. Over at Theater Winter Haven, they're doing Matilda. It's a
Yep.
main
Yeah,
stage.
Lily
That'll
Kate's
be
in it as well.
yes. It's going to be so much fun.
Oh, right. And Lily Kate's in the
Teen
older
ensemble.
kid ensemble this
She's
year.
Yeah.
a new kid ensemble. She's having so much fun.
It's kind of like super special.
Yeah.
Because Gabby got cast as Alice, which was Lily Kate's character when they did it back at
Okay.
LCT. So I don't know. It's kind of cool. Like our girls obviously are growing and they're, getting more, and they're following that natural organic transition of
Roles.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's
So
nice
now
to see it
Gabs-
in the same show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like when we did it in 2020 and then right before
Yeah.
the pandemic.
Yeah.
I know, like we
yeah,
literally got
literally.
that off the ground. Like
Yeah.
there was kids that were sick during
Yeah.
that show, and it was probably
we
and
ended on
adults
Sunday,
too.
and the close down started on Friday, the
Yeah,
following Friday.
like literally.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Oh, it was horrible. So anyway, so we got that going on, and that's a 4-week run,
Yeah,
and that's
all of October.
literally the whole of October.
wow.
She's probably got that on her list.
Yeah,
I
yet.
didn't
Yeah.
realize it was 4 weeks.
4 weeks, yeah.
Is there a chance they'll even extend to? Because that's a big show. Like that's a show
I don't
they're going
know.
to probably
I don't know.
sell out a lot, I would think.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
I know they did really well with Hairspray too.
Yeah.
Over at Theater Winter
Yeah.
Haven.
I know because I was.
Yeah.
So we were we were at Margaritaville for the first 2 weekends of their 4-weekend run of Hairspray, and the third weekend, Michaela and Chris were both under the weather, so we couldn't go the third weekend, and then the fourth weekend was sold out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So we never got to go see Hairspray.
Well, yeah, I was
Ah.
kind of waiting to buy tickets because I wasn't quite sure when we were going to be able to go. And when I went on a couple days before to buy the tickets, it was like 3 seats left.
Yes,
Jeez.
Yeah.
us too. And we
They
went
did
on like
really
a
well.
Thursday. We got super lucky.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah,
Winter
yeah.
Haven maybe needs to add some weekends
Oh,
because
mercy, I don't know.
they're
4
selling their
weekends
stuff
feels
out.
like enough.
I know. That's going to be a
Yeah.
huge show, and
Yeah.
they're having a great time. Rehearsals are underway, and they're doing
Yeah.
great. And this is our girls' first time doing a main stage at Winter Haven, so that's
And
kind of
Sarah
exciting
Catherine
too.
Yeah.
Burns is directing, and she's just so much
phenomenal.
fun. They love working with her.
I
So
bet.
That's exciting. And it's
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you forget what a fun show it is until you start listening to the music again. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
They
Yep.
also have
Special
Lion-
place, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, always.
definitely.
Always.
Always Matilda.
Yeah.
They have the Lion King Junior Experience, which I don't know if that's different from what we did Lion King Junior. I was going to look it up before I came, but of course I didn't.
I don't know.
So that's their junior show that's
I left
happening
my
in
phone over there.
September, starts September 22nd.
I know someone is listening to the recording of this podcast
like,
at some point in the future.
doing
and
the face palm like
they're like
seriously.
yelling at the radio.
Yeah.
Laura does that.
She does a lot.
They're yelling at the radio. It is the same thing.
So they just had auditions like
Just this
last
past weekend?
Yeah. And
Oh, for Lion King, they already
Yeah.
did? Mm-hmm.
I don't think they've posted the cast yet, but that'll be super cute. And then
Yes.
LCT just had auditions this weekend for Honk Jr. So they're probably, I think callbacks are tonight, but
Yeah,
that's
I think they had a
um,
really good turnout
yeah.
too.
October 6th.
Which is the story of the ugly duckling.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all I
I've
know
never
about
seen
it.
but
It's
I've
gonna
heard
be super
great
fun.
things about it.
That one, it's kind of, I don't know about you guys, but like we
Yeah.
haven't missed a kids show.
I know.
Since Mr. Popper's
Since-
Penguins was
yeah.
ours. We have not missed a kid show.
Ours
since.
was Sleeping Beauty. So since Sleeping Beauty, we have not
Yeah.
missed a kids
Yeah.
show. And so it was,
It was
kind
really
of, it didn't
weird.
feel right. I was like, why aren't we there? Oh yeah, because we're branching
Right.
out. We're doing
Yeah.
other things.
Well,
you
you
know,
guys
we've
are-
all kind of moved on.
There's not a
little
place
bit.
in your schedule.
No.
There isn't.
Absolutely not.
Sometimes you can get away with overlap, but this is not an
No.
overlapping
No.
possibility.
No, definitely not. Especially with Cinderella. So Stella's in Cinderella at Harrison, and they have a pretty intense rehearsal schedule
Yes.
as well. But that's
it was 3 pages.
oh, that's right.
Front
'cause you're-
and back.
I know. I
3
kept
pages
highlighting.
and it's an Excel sheet format.
Yeah.
Like it's 3 pages front and back of rehearsals, literally every day but
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's intense.
Yeah.
But it's going to be good. So
Yeah.
that's the
And those
first weekend in November.
Saturday rehearsals are like, from
Yeah.
like 10 to 4.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a whole
So
day.
lots of opportunities to get to the theater.
Yeah. And that's
Coming
just
up.
like
Oh, I
Winter
have
Haven,
pictures.
Yeah,
LCT.
I have pictures.
Pictures of what?
They built a model for the Cinderella set. I have pictures.
Oh, I bet it's magnificent.
I can share it with them.
You can't share it with anybody. No, don't share it with
It's
us. That
secret.
would be wrong.
You might have to cut that out.
What's wrong with your face?
I got something in my eye.
Abort, abort, abort. But you know, I'm learning too that there's other theaters. Like apparently Mulberry has a theater
Oh, really?
that maybe we need to like just go and
Yeah,
see
go
one of their
see them.
shows.
Yes.
I've never been to the Haines City Theater, although I have a health center in Haines City, but I've
Yeah,
never
there's a
like
bunch
gone
around
there.
here.
Yeah, and I've never been to the Plant City one either.
Was Judah's plaid tidings or plaid tidings? Wasn't that the Haines City one? Wasn't
Was
that
it?
them? But they don't like have a home base, so they were finding a venue.
Oh, I don't know.
You remember that? Were you there for that? Did you not see Judah in plaid tidings?
No, I did not.
Did he
Oh,
not,
maybe I went
he
with,
didn't
like,
do it at LCT?
Judah and
he
stuff,
did it
or
someplace
went
else?
with Jordan and stuff.
Okay, 'cause
no,
I know LCT did
I
Plaid
think that was
Tidings.
Haines City.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they didn't have, there wasn't a theater. So they
Yeah.
just found some like venue in a, a Holiday Inn.
Like with Love
Convention
Productions?
Center or whatever.
Their type
Yeah,
situation,
yes.
like they
Yeah,
found-
yeah. But there was like poles and things in the way.
Oh, jeez.
it was the smallest venue
That's how it
I
was
would
at,
ever would have thought that you could put a performance in.
The
Oh,
Ritz
wow.
Theater in Winter Haven. We saw something there recently, and it was
Is little.
little.
I haven't
and
been in there.
Sound challenges and things. I mean, it's a cool space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know LCT in the past had to do some stuff in there when they had redone the building that they currently use. And I've heard like Laura talk about the Ritz.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how small it is. Like there's no wings. It's just
Yeah.
like the stage, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's That,
Yeah,
that's a
we-
But that's
challenge.
like those old theaters, right?
Yeah.
Like they're all kind of like
They have
that.
charm.
Yeah, and ghosts.
And ghosts. Every theater has a ghost.
Yeah.
We
Yes,
went
yes.
to, so this summer when we were in Highlands, North Carolina, last summer we went to see Jersey Boys there. And they used to be called the Highlands Playhouse. Well, they have like redone themselves and they opened this brand new performing arts center, which was absolutely gorgeous. They're now called the Mountain Theater Company, but they brought back the same cast, the same exact cast they had last year for Jersey Boys. It was so popular, they brought them back.
Oh,
this
that's
year.
awesome.
That's
Yeah,
nice. That's
so
hard
we-
to do.
I know, to get every
That
single
is
one
hard
of them.
to do.
It was so good. But we saw so many things this summer.
Yeah, we've been very busy.
Yeah. I mean, between Escape to Margaritaville,
Yeah.
Hairspray.
Which was like the show. I didn't know we would like it so much.
I know.
I really didn't.
It was
Yeah.
so cute.
But I mean, yeah. What's not to like? It's Jimmy Buffett music.
well, and
It's just a loose
Yeah.
plot.
you got all
That's
these
all.
amazing
Yeah.
actors in it. And like to
Yes.
hear Jordan sing, not like doing a warm up with my child, and get to really hear
Isn't
her
that so
sing.
awesome?
I know.
Yeah.
Dang, the
Your
girl
kid's so
can sing.
judgy of her and her my horse I'm so horny line. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, Lily Kate was dying.
Yeah, I
She's
bet.
like, oh,
That's my vocal
that's
teacher.
my teacher singing that.
Yeah. She's a
And Laura-
human.
There's some
She's
scene
a
where
human.
everybody's going off stage grumbling because they get kicked out of the bar, and Laura's like, I want more tequila. She looks at me and she's like, what is Laura saying? Like they're in a show. It's
Yeah.
okay.
And they're on vacation.
And they're
on
you're
an
supposed to be on
island.
vacation.
Yes.
That's what
Yes.
you do.
Yeah.
It's
And
5
an
o'clock
island
somewhere.
That one Yelp review called the pimple of the sea.
Oh my gosh.
That was so
There
cute.
was so many cute
Cassie
lines
was
in it too.
fantastic.
She
Yes.
was
Oh my gosh.
fantastic.
And Cece and
I
you know,
am
Chris
the gossip.
Roden. I hadn't seen Chris Roden like do you know well
know, I've
no he did this did he no he directed this
Yeah, he
stage.
directed
Yeah.
Orson's
Yes.
Shadow and
Yes.
then rolled right into Margaritaville.
Yeah, he was
I've been-
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hadn't had a chance to even talk to him before or really even see him.
I've never really met him.
So, Orson's Shadow was my first getting to know him. And then, he ended up as Brick in
Yeah.
Margaritaville. Yeah, he is funny.
Uh-huh.
He's funny
Well, it's
and he's got
amazing
a
how
great voice.
kind of a weird script can be turned into something fabulous when you put the right people in the right
Yeah.
roles.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
was so
for
much
sure.
fun.
And Judah, it was great.
Yeah, so we saw that, and then we saw Hairspray at Theater Winter Haven. Autumn, Kerrigan, you guys were
Yeah. And then
outstanding.
West Side Story
West Side Story.
Yeah, we saw West Side Story.
with Love, which
Yeah.
they
With Love
used
Productions.
Harrison's venue.
Yes.
And that
yeah.
worked out perfectly for them, huh? What a
Yeah.
great space.
Yeah, so between all that, yeah, it was one weekend I was like kept charging tickets. Like, this is a lot of money,
Yes.
which is why you should volunteer, because then you can go for free.
Yes.
And there's lots of volunteer opportunities.
Yes.
So don't
Yes,
let
and if
that
you're a
keep
kid, you can get hours for that.
Exactly.
Which
Don't
you'll
let that keep
need.
you
I
from
think you're
not
supposed to
going.
have 200 now to graduate.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
We have so many because of just working at the theater.
Well, I think Michaela might have gotten 200 from Margaritaville.
I'm sure.
Because she was my ASM.
Okay, yeah.
And then she ran sound when we got
Yeah.
to production
So
time.
check, done.
Yeah.
Not to mention all the other times
all the
that
other
she's
shows.
done.
Yeah.
I think she had
Yeah.
almost 100 hours for SpongeBob last year.
I believe it, because I think Stella had over 80 for Finding Nemo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah, you get a lot
It's a
of hours
great way to
doing-
get hours. And
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's a fun way to get hours. And it's
That's very
inside,
true.
so you're not melting.
I know. Well, it was funny because we went to orientation at Harrison, and Susie Lambert is kind of doing her introduction stuff for the kids, and she's like, "So you're gonna have to have hours, volunteering or whatever. And you can do that. There's community theaters around, but is there anything else that you parents know that they could be volunteering for?" And I was like, "Oh, you could do the Winter Haven Stingrays. Whenever they have a meet, they need timers, and you're just sitting there in a shade, like with a timing thing and clocking the kids."
What is that? Is that swimming?
Swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, perfect.
Yeah, that's at the theater.
Yeah,
that
right there.
complex. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is a beautiful complex.
It is a beautiful
Yes,
complex.
it
The pool's
is.
a little old,
Is it?
but it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, at least they did when we were there because the kids used to swim there,
Yeah.
and they used to, get a lot of hours doing that stuff.
Right.
The kids would, but
Well,
yeah,
and there's new rules about it too. You have to get like pre-approval now, where you have to sign a form and say what you're doing, and
is that what that form was that we got in
Yes.
orientation? Okay,
Yeah. So if you're going to do service hours, check into that before.
Just don't
Yeah.
go do
that,
them.
right?
Yeah.
Because you
Make
may
sure
not
you get
get
approval.
the right.
And then your time's for naught.
Exactly. I mean, not for naught, because
Well,
Well,
for
yeah.
credit. Sorry.
the warmth in your
you're
heart
volunteering.
means absolutely nothing to Kathy.
I mean, maybe what the initial primary goal,
Yeah,
giving back to your community, is always valuable.
fulfilling.
Priceless. Priceless.
Much more valuable than
Yes.
service hours.
Sorry. I'm just keeping it real, people.
That's
I'm
right.
just keeping
Yeah.
it real.
Should always keep it real.
anyway,
Anyway, my point being, volunteer, because you can work front of house, you can usher, you can do the box office, concessions, parking. There's like a lot of different ways to do that, and then you don't have to pay for a ticket. You get
Exactly.
to enjoy
Yeah,
the
you
show
get to watch
and
the
help
show.
the theater.
Yeah.
So
or if you tech, you get to watch it from the wings,
yes,
Which
which is
also
a
super
different
cool.
and very
And
unique
very
spot
fun.
Yeah.
to watch the
Yeah.
show.
a lot of fun.
So when sorry to cut you off, but like when PJ and I got back from Virginia and we were like, yeah, we're going to help out with Margaritaville.
Yeah.
We did that. And I love the show so much. Like, you really didn't even, I was just back there kind of helping. Robbie had it under control. It was fine. But I was enjoying the show so much. I was like, I have got to see this like from the regular audience
Yeah.
point of view. Like seeing it in the wings
Yeah.
was wonderful, but I had that itching. So like that last day, that Sunday, I was like, I'm gonna get me a ticket and I'm gonna watch it from, because
Well, you
it's
miss out a
great. Like,
lot
I had to
of,
see
like,
it.
the lighting and all the different things you miss out on.
Some
that
of
you
the
don't even realize
things-
you're missing out on.
Yes.
It makes a big difference.
And because I was on stage left, so like there were some things that I couldn't see, like around the bar or whatever, So it
Yeah.
was just so cool to be able
We
to
broke
see
so
it
much
from-
glass.
Oh, I bet. I had a hard time watching it because I didn't know who to look at. Like I'm watching Chris.
There's so
and
many.
then I'm watching,
The cast was only 25 people.
And it was like
which
23
after
of them I knew.
60
Yeah,
plus
that
casts
seems-
of youth.
Yeah.
That's like that. Oh, this is a small cast, but
Mm-hmm.
they were on the stage all together at the
Yeah.
same time in almost every scene
That was
because
so
you need
fun.
entering
people
and
at the bar.
exiting
Right.
at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah, you need like traffic patterns happening and dancing and stuff like that to happen. But
Yeah.
yeah,
That
it's a
was
lot
fun.
of it's a lot to look at.
It was because you don't know who to look at. Like
Yeah, and so many friends.
right,
Lots
right.
of friends on the
Lots
stage.
of friends. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's so much
tons
fun.
of fun.
I love that show. That's
So
great.
And it'll be like that in Matilda because there's still a bunch of people over there that we know that we're going
Yeah.
to be watching when we
Yes,
get there.
Quite a few.
yes. And
Yeah.
because it's it's a mix, it's adult and kids, and that makes it just that much
Yeah.
better,
It's gonna
Yeah.
be fun.
Yeah.
So that's what's
Yep.
yeah. We're deep in rehearsals
Again,
again. Yeah, we had that little break, and then it's like, all right, let's
yeah,
get back
we'll
at it.
I don't know if we'll have a break after Cinderella or not, but I'm helping Laura with Descendants over at Theater Winter Haven.
Which is like their
which is-
February.
Yeah, I
slot.
think it's like February, March. In their black box theater.
Yes.
And then the next one after that we're doing together already have planned. Like the whole year's pretty much
Yeah.
scheduled out now. Is
Is
Mean Girls Jr.
right.
Yeah. And Chris
That's
and
gonna be
Michaela go to
awesome.
France
Jerks.
for orchestra.
So it is final. Chris
yeah,
is going.
Chris is going. So yeah, me and Pinky will, and you're going to learn how to ASM.
I know. I'm so excited.
Oh, that's gonna be
So
fun.
excited,
Oh,
yes.
she's getting the
Yeah.
hook, people.
I know.
She's signing
I
up. Here it comes.
Yeah, but Laura is stage manager. We're both ASMs.
I'm the second ASM. ASM 2. Night 7.
Yeah, you'll have fun.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
On
because
that
Mean Girls will be
side of
fun.
it.
Although it's the junior Mean Girls Junior, so
So.
there's one very particular song that is not in the junior.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about
Yeah.
the
that.
Karen
Yeah.
one that when she
Yeah.
sings
About her little hiney.
the sexy about her little hiney. Maybe that one too, actually, because
I'm
those
sure
are two
they have
different.
to cut part of that out.
I'm sure they do. My skirts are short, my tiny hiney, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, no, the one that she's like, I give you sexy corn, that. I can be who I wanna be.
Yeah, it's like, how do you make
And
that show appropriate
sexy.
junior-wise?
How,
Yeah, you
does
can't-
it follow
I don't
the
know.
movie? I've never seen the musical. Does
It
it follow
does.
the movie?
We went
Okay.
and saw it in Sarasota for Parvati's birthday present, and then
Okay.
I think we saw it in March. I think is when we went down
Yeah,
there.
sounds about right.
Okay.
But yes, and it's really good.
And we just
All right,
watched
cool.
the movie just a few weeks ago because the kids had never seen it.
The movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's Lindsay Lohan,
Yes,
right?
uh-huh.
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
Well, PJ and I will definitely help out backstage for that. So sign us up.
Yeah.
Gabby's not auditioning for that.
Well, I'm sure. Oh, I don't know if she will.
Yeah,
or
I don't know
not.
what the age group will be for that
Yeah, I'm not sure. But even if she doesn't, we'll still help out.
Yeah.
If she's too young or whatever, I don't know.
one. Yes. Oh,
She has
Oh,
never.
man, you're
falling. mercy.
Woo, she's never seen the movie. We haven't jumped that because there are some.
definitely some.
Yeah. I'm just listen. She could probably handle it. I'm just not ready for the questions.
Oh,
so
that's
we're
the
just
thing.
gonna.
That requires
That's why
your time.
Well, she's-
we didn't bring her to Margaritaville.
She's
'cause
11.
she's 11.
Yeah.
She'll be 12.
It's easy to forget because the kids are all together all the time, and we've got a pretty wide range.
Yeah.
Like 15 or so, right?
Well, Michaela's,
Well, that's true.
she's 16, right?
Yeah, she doesn't. She's not really like in the theater group.
Right,
Like
yeah.
she's
yeah.
the tech part of that,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
of our kids that
Yeah.
are actually doing
15
theater.
to 11.
Yeah,
Right.
like
Yeah.
15
Which-
to 11.
And
When you're a
sometimes
kid,
those
that's a
years
lot.
can be pretty large,
Yeah.
you know. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but anyway, so we'll
Big
see.
changes happen every
I
year.
know, big changes. So she'll be 12 by then, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how that rolls for
Yeah.
her. But anyway, it's going to be a fun show. So we're going to want to be
Yeah.
a part of it regardless.
Yeah, and every
Yeah.
girl
I mean,
in
unless-
Polk County will be coming out for that
Yes.
one.
Probably.
And if she's not doing that and she's doing something else, then that would schedule wise.
Well, what are the other junior shows that are happening at Winter Haven?
Oliver.
Oh.
Oh,
I don't think she'll audition for it. She's already done it. Yeah.
I had a whole, like, my brain just filled up with thoughts and went, don't say it.
Don't say it. Oh.
Okay.
Only because we just did that one.
Yeah, and it's a classic.
Yes.
It is a classic, yeah.
It's a little dark.
Take a big drink of my coffee.
Yeah.
It'll be
so
fantastic.
we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, who knows? Maybe by the
Pinky freaking
next summer
hates
she'll
that
be into it.
song.
Oh, I
Dodgers
do too,
song.
for her. Because that was our carpool years
Oh, was it?
when she had to sing
Oh, she's
Consider
probably
Yourself,
over it.
which is
Consider
like
yourself.
a 32-minute song.
Our mate.
Oh, every time I hear it, I like get a little twitch.
Yeah, a little
So,
bit.
Speaking of that, so tonight's rehearsal at Winter Haven is they're having a
Yes,
dialect coach come in
coach. Isn't that cool?
for the whole cast.
That's perfect.
Isn't that I'm so excited. I'm like, can I sit in and play?
I know.
Yeah.
I
So
know.
for 3
Well,
hours,
because I
they
mean,
get
you've
coaching.
got all of them have to
Yes.
have that accent.
To the
And-
point where during auditions they told not to even worry about it. Like, well, we'll teach you that. So that wasn't even a consideration.
That's so good
in
because it's
casting.
hard.
Yeah.
If you're in the audience and you're watching that, and the kids, are just doing whatever they do, sometimes it can get a little difficult to understand.
Yes.
So yeah, that enunciation
Yeah.
thing.
Well, and there's
is
so
pretty
many
important.
different
I
accents.
saw the.
Yes.
There was like a trick. John Pierce, he was doing this thing with a pencil that helps you enunciate your words, and that was not even about an accent part
Right,
of that, just the
speaking clearly.
good diction while you're performing, so that the audience can understand what you're saying.
That's interesting.
So you put the pencil like in your mouth, long way in your teeth, and then you do your lines, and it helps you to enunciate better because you're having to go around the pencil, so to
I
speak.
need my kids to do
Yeah,
that at
that's
home.
interesting.
I know,
they'll
'cause
walk up
sometimes
to me,
they
they're like,
mumble.
I'm like, okay, wait, what? I need you to
Open
step
your
back and
mouth.
try that again. Because I got literally nothing out of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Parvati's really bad because she's so soft spoken, like normally.
My struggle at
Yeah.
home is completely opposite. I'm like,
Oh,
Gabs, I need you to bring
Turn
it down.
I could see that.
For whatever reason, last night she got home from rehearsal and she was on.
She was
Like,
at 12.
Oh yeah, to the
know,
point where
I'm like,
I got up.
Need you to bring that down to a 3.
Yeah.
Yes, I was like, Gabby, yeah, and we can always understand everything she's saying. She's very good with her dictation.
Very good enunciation.
Yes, she is. But I don't know. It was like 10 o'clock at night, and I had asked her. I was like, Gabs, babe, Mom needs you to just bring it down. And she's like, okay. Ah, and I was like, oh Lord, have mercy. I just got up
Went
and
12
walked
to
away from the kitchen.
11.9.
Sometimes I have to do that. I'm like, I just need a minute. I can't pretend to care anymore right now. So I'm going to walk away and
No.
regenerate.
Yep.
And then I'll come back and pretend.
Yes, turning that off can be difficult.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I thought that was really cool, and not
Yeah.
only, but it's something that they can carry for the rest
Yeah.
of their experiences. It's not
Yeah.
just for this show.
Yeah, it's
you
more
know?
than once because I think the big kids have it again at some point.
Yep, and then they'll do specific ones just for certain roles as well. So there's
Nice.
more.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because, some of them are more like Cockney than.
Right. There's very different
Yeah.
accents. I read
Like
it was
Mrs.
a Game of
Wormwood,
Thrones
I
article,
think.
and they were
They did for Mary Poppins too.
yeah, they were criticizing everybody's how different all the English accents were, which to us we may not hear it, but to
No.
this person, he's like, this person really spoke Irish, and this person is American trying to do English accent. It was terrible, and just kind of dissected
Yeah.
everyone. So there's so many different
Types.
actual
Maybe like
They'll
in
just sound like
America.
English to us, but like.
to
yeah.
somebody who knows it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's probably like
It's
here
like
in the
New
South.
York or Southern or
Yeah. Right,
Midwestern or
Boston.
Boston. Oh yes, Boston.
It's
Speaking
your
of
cousin
Boston.
from Boston.
Yeah,
I love those commercials.
You got to go to Boston.
We did. We did.
us
It was a
about that.
wonderful experience.
It was the Boston Conservatory.
Yes, Gabby
Okay.
went and spent a week up at the Boston Conservatory at Berkeley. So there's Berkeley College of Music, which from the research that I did, it doesn't look like they have a musical theater program, but they have like other musical vocals, yada yada. But then there's the Boston Conservatory, who at Berkeley that brings in that piece of it. And
Okay.
it's a very notarized, wonderful program that they have there for for your students for college. It's a college program. And we got to go and spend a week, and we didn't stay on campus. You have to be 15 to stay like in the dorms and stuff. So we did not do that. But we stayed like a half a mile away, and The weather was fantastic. It was like in the 70s, no humidity.
Oh, so jealous.
Sounds
Yes,
amazing.
we walked, every morning I would walk her to the class, to her building, which was literally around the corner from Fenway Park. Like you turn the corner and like, oh, there's the stadium, wonderful. And sometimes I had to have a little sweater because it was a little chilly in the
Oh my
morning.
God.
Can you imagine?
Look at
I know.
Liz bragging about that.
Oh
shit.
yeah, I am. I'm putting it out there because it was great. And we ate outside for the majority when I wasn't in, because I still had to work. So I would go back to the hotel and work. Yeah. But anyway, that's okay. It was great. And then PJ and Max were able to join us on Wednesday evening. So they came in and they were able to do some stuff around town. But like in the evenings for dinner, we would go out, sit outside, at the restaurants, the patio, whatever. It was beautiful. We walked around. It was great. We did a duck tour Monday evening. So
What's a duck tour?
So a duck tour is one of these things that they have in Boston, and it's an old like military style car, truck, ship thing. So it can go. It's amphibious, right? So it can go on land, and then it turns into a boat, and then you can go down the. Oh God, what's the name of the river? I just want to call it the James, and it's not. People from Boston are gonna kill me right now.
You get letters about that.
Anyway, we'll go back on that. I don't have my phone. I can't like Google. But anyway, so it was amazing. So you go through all the different historical parts. So we stayed mostly in Back Bay because that's where the conservatory is. That's where our hotel was.
Okay.
And there's a million different parts of Boston. But back in the day, just a little bit of history. And forgive me if I get any of these details wrong. Okay, people, you can fact check me. But anyway, the original like Boston back in the day with the Tea Party and all of that was only like a couple miles big. It was not like a large city. It was all underwater. So then through the years, hundreds of years, they have filled in a lot of what we know now as Boston. So like Back
They built
Bay.
it up, basically.
Correct. Yeah. So Back Bay used to just be all water, and now it's a bunch of land. And I think it's over like 40 miles wide now, the city is. And so the duck tour that we took, there's like 3 different areas that you can pick it up at. So you can pick it up at the Prudential Center, which is where we did, or you can pick it up at like the wharf, which is like the aquarium and Faneuil Hall and things like that. And then there's another stop someplace else. I'm not familiar. Anyway, so we pick up from Prudential, and it just brings you all around. And there's a tour guy, and there's a guy that drives a boat or the car, whatever you want to call it. And they just go over different historical things. You go through, big churches or statues or just stuff that, huge in the Puritan times. So there's a ton of old cemeteries. And one of the things that was telling me, the guy was like, listen, let me just tell you, for every headstone you see, there's probably 100 to 200 bodies that don't have a headstone.
Oh my God.
Really?
Yes. He said, so these small little cemeteries that you see with these old churches, I'm talking hundreds of years, right? There's 12 to 15,000 people buried there.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Because they didn't have the means to have a
ghosts there.
headstone. Yeah. And he said, if you stop and you look at these headstones, the Puritans were pretty dark people. So like nowadays we have like birds and flowers and like messages of hope and such a great person you were and all these things. He said, no, back then there's like skull and crossbones. There's like the time thing with the sand and the hourglass, like your time's up. Like it was very, very dark.
Wow.
Messages on these tombstones. Yes, that's how they were. That was their mindset, apparently. Anyway, so that was just a little bit of little history. And my personal history, so my Aunt Vera is huge in our genealogy. Like I feel like every family kind of has one person or whatever that's like big in that. And that's my Aunt Vera. So she was able to trace us back. So we have a signing of the Declaration of Independence, and his name is John Hart. And he's like part of our lineage, right? We're also related to Edgar Allan Poe, who I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but he's a big author.
Yeah.
Had mental illness apparently, and
Very dark.
had
Speaking
some.
of dark.
Speaking of very dark,
Yeah.
So I'm like, should I tell people I'm related to him? But anyway, I mean, we're talking like generations. But so there also is a statue of him there. So we found it. It's on like Charles and Boylston, I think. Anyway, we walked by it. It's right by where one of the big parks are. And so we had Max take his picture next to him. And I sent that to my mom so she could see that. So
Very cool.
anyway, but
I've
no,
never
we
been
had
there.
a great time. Yeah. And so then Gabby's musical theater experience was wonderful. It was very, it was almost like taking college classes. It was about 60 kids. They were each they had about 10 groups. So, no, 6 groups. So 10 in each kid, or 10 kids in each group. Anyway, and they would kind of rotate through classes. So she learned some tap. She learned
Nice.
a lot of, they went over anatomy, like a lot of theory, a lot of why you do this with your voice, the
Pedagogy.
Thank you. Yes, a lot of that.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that thing. A lot
Jordan's
of little
word.
tips. Yes. A lot of tips like being aware of your posture and how your body sits, and doing all these things, like if you go by the tragus and you put your hand here and you close your eye and you say rock star and you sing a little bit, like you can hear or feel how things are connected in your brain. Just, I don't know, it was a really
Interesting.
cool little tips and stuff that they did. One of the major big themes they did was ensemble work. So how to be a strong partner, how to always make your partner look good. They did a lot of skills on like how to do like strong and wrong. So they talk about it failing gloriously. That was one of the first things that they talked about. They said, listen, we are all here to learn. There's nobody here that's better than anybody else. We are all here and we're all going to make mistakes up on that stage, and we are going to fail gloriously. So it's interesting because Miss Frida teaches Gabby about how to be strong and wrong. So meaning when you make a choice, singing, acting, whatever, make it strong, be confident in whatever you're doing, because if it's wrong, okay, but at least you made a choice, so better to be strong and wrong than to be quiet and right, or not make any decision at all.
Wishy-washy.
Yeah.
Correct. Yep. So they talked about that. A lot of balancing with the movement, a lot of just how to be, I don't know. It was
great
it was pretty
foundational
cool.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. And as a parent, I really enjoyed it because at the end of every day, it was from 9 to 4 o'clock every single day. And they served them lunch, but other than that, they worked. It was like they would go through the classes of the building, and they would, whatever. And they did movement and acting and singing, and like I said, they did tap. I don't know, it was pretty cool. Anyway, at the end of every day, there was a newsletter that went out. And so you could read, and it was this like 3-page newsletter all about like what the kids did that day, what they worked on, what the themes were,
Nice.
what to think about for the next day. They kept a journal. So they had a journal. So there was all of these like introspective, like topics and questions that they had to address for themselves. And I don't know, it was really cool.
Yeah.
They worked on, each group had a couple songs that they worked on. So Gabby's group, they did Shrek Freak Flag. Yeah.
Yep.
And then they did a jazz number from All That Jazz. Rise. Oh, see, I wish I had my phone. Something like, oh, God, she's going to kill me because I can't remember. But it was one where they did the tap. Anyway, it was a song from Some Like It Hot. And so that was lots of fun. So they got to learn that. And then a bunch of the other groups, they did monologue work. I don't know. It was
That's
great.
great.
And then at
Yeah.
the end of the week, they had a little share. So just to pretty much show the parents, like, hey, this is what we did, blah, blah, blah. They're like the ending piece, choreo. We just put that together this morning. So please be like, and they talked about how to be a wonderful audience.
Oh, yeah.
And how to be like engaged in what, the kids were all doing. And I don't know, it was fabulous. We're definitely going to go back. And you can either do 1 week or 2 weeks. We didn't do 2 weeks because she started school the following week.
Right.
So that's not an option. But yeah, she definitely wants to go back. So way different than our experience that we had last summer.
Right.
Where that was just like, I mean, of course they learned skills and things like that, but it was more focused on, this is a song that you're singing, like you brought a song. She didn't have to bring anything to this program. They taught everything. And we're going to do a dance. And then at the end, there's going to be like casting agents and, that sort of thing, managers and things are going to look at you. There was none of that here. It was just all pure education.
Yeah.
Yeah. which was great.
There's good with every program, and everyone is kind of unique.
Yeah, just
One
depends
of
what you're looking
our, our mutual friend moms who, I'd like to have her on now that she's
I was thinking
around.
about that today, by the way.
Because her daughter went and did the Kristen Chenoweth
Yes.
thing, and then also the one in New York.
Yeah, the Artist Alliance.
Yeah, that one. I would love to hear how that experience went for them.
Yeah, and it makes you a more well-rounded performer when you're getting different things from different, just like having different teachers.
Yeah.
You learn something from each teacher that you can then bring and be more.
Yeah. And Gabby's program, there was some competition because they had to audition for each part because the songs had solos and things. So there was definitely still a little bit of that
Right.
auditioning, and they actually had callbacks. So like they learned about that process, and so I don't know, it was kind of cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it was
Very
good.
cool.
And I liked it because it was connected to a university. So the people that taught the classes were teachers from the university. Like her tap
Yeah.
teacher teaches tap for the Boston Conservatory. Like that's like a
cool.
huge thing, Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as a matter of fact, I'm just going to share this with you because it's really hysterical. So, and those of you who don't know Gabby, you're just going to get a little glimpse of how she is. But anyway, and we love her to death, and she's fantastic, and we hope she never changes. So, anyway, Gabby has not ever taken any sort of formal tap. She was like 4 or 5 when she took dance. We're not even gonna go there with that. Okay.
Because that was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forever ago. She was like a fetus.
well, and just
okay?
4-year-old
She was a
dances.
fetus.
Yeah, we're not even going to go there. Okay, but to Gabby, she took tap. Okay.
Right.
So anyway, so she goes to her thing,
That
and I
shit
guess,
counts.
yeah,
Gabby.
yeah,
Right.
it
Yeah, my
does. She's
resume.
like, don't you, negate me because I was 4 or whatever. But anyway, so I guess when they got in the room, they were like, okay, so who brought their tap shoes? And I guess a handful of kids, because there's older kids in this class too. So they brought their tap shoes. Well, Gabby was like, I didn't know I was supposed to bring tap shoes. Well, now when she was telling me, because every day on our walk back to the hotel, I would get all the scoop. I'm like, I'm sorry, Gabs, I didn't know we were supposed to bring tap shoes, She's like, yeah, me
Yeah,
neither.
she's giving you the what for.
Oh, yes. So
I
then,
would have liked to watch.
yeah. Yeah. So then we're talking or whatever. So anyway, so she's telling me the story about how the teacher was like, okay, well, you don't have shoes, so you're a non-tapper, so you're going to go to the back of the room. Well, Gabby was like, why is he assuming that just because I didn't bring tap shoes that I'm a non-tapper? So she was all fumed about being labeled as a non-tapper, okay?
Yeah.
So anyway, they went through the whole thing. They still taught them but they were labeled. They were called non-tappers.
Oh, I bet that burned
Oh,
her
it
up.
did. Oh, it did. So I listened to it for like 10 minutes. And finally I turned to her and I said, Gabby, I am sorry that I'm going to burst your bubble right here. You don't tap. You are a non-tapper. Regardless of whether or not we knew to bring tap shoes and we bought them and we purchased, we brought them with this trip, you would still be considered a non-tapper because, my dear, you have never taken like a formal tap lesson other than when you were teeny tiny. So and she was like, just disgusted.
How dare.
Yes. How dare you? She's like, well, next year I'm bringing my tap shoes and I'm going to be a tapper. And I said, all right,
There
baby.
you go. Goals
Yeah.
to work toward.
Yes.
Which means you're taking tap lessons soon.
Yeah, we're going to have to squeeze that in somewhere.
No, that's the problem.
But-
That's why we never do dances, because you can never make the classes because you've got rehearsals, and then you end up paying for a whole month where you might have gone one time.
Yes,
Which
I
is why the
know.
private lessons were working so great.
I
until
know.
Caroline
Caroline.
moved away.
We miss you.
I know. I love
Yeah.
Miss Caroline. Well, anyway, so I just wanted to share that story with you.
I just had to
because,
buy Parvati tap shoes for
Yeah.
Harrison.
That's super cool. I think it's a
Yeah.
great skill.
It is.
It's a great
It's really
skill.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, my brother-in-law's a professional dancer. He teaches now, and he says ballet and tap. No. Oh, gosh, and I'm going to get it wrong. Tap and jazz?
I don't know, but I heard ballet and tap is where you want to start because ballet is like the
Yeah, that's the fundamentals.
foundation.
Which, when they do dance at Rochelle, you get like some ballet in
Yes. Uh-huh.
that. Like the positions and
I got
the
to go
names.
ask. It's one of those two of those 3 that are core for musical theater.
I don't know. We'll have to
Shoot.
Google it.
Oh, geez, I got to go
There's
ask him.
in Nonsense, one of the nuns does a ballet like performance it's like a whole song.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who's doing that?
Her name is Jade.
Wow.
She's new to
Cool.
me.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if she's new to theater. She
Nice.
probably is actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she's got a whole number. She goes on point and everything. Like
Wow.
it's
That's
like a whole
awesome.
thing. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Tap
So it
is
might
just
be
a cool-
ballet. I mean, all the positions and stuff
Right.
and
Form and everything.
understanding how to turn
Yeah.
and all that. I bet it's ballet and tap.
I will confirm
Yeah.
and get back to you.
Yeah.
Because I know Caroline started with that too.
With ballet.
With Gab. Yeah, she was like, okay, we're doing that. And
I have no idea what she did.
oh,
Because I think
Pinky
think
doesn't
Parvati
tell you
did-
anything.
She doesn't
she
tell me
doesn't
shit.
tell you anything. Oh,
She get in the
gosh.
car. Well, how was it? was good.
Fine.
Oh,
Did you learn anything good? Like, what did you do?
Want to show me something?
Well, I danced.
Really?
No shit.
like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so much fun. Oh, and then so just one more thing. So then the guy was, I guess he started engaging with Gabby because, you know, whatever, I don't know what she was saying, but anyway, and so she was like, he asked her, you know, why don't you do tap? Like, why? Because she was like, oh, I haven't done it. And he's like, well, why not? Because, like, to him, that's like his world, you know, like,
Right,
why
yeah.
wouldn't you be doing it?
course.
And you're here at this program, you know, like, I guess his expectation was that that would be something that she would come with, you know? And, she was like, well, I used to, but, you know, she didn't use the word retired, but it was like, I stopped or I gave it up. I forget what it is. And he was like, I don't understand. What do you mean? Like, and she's like, well, I mean, I used to, and then I moved on. I did like soccer for a little bit, and then I got back into, you know, I started doing musical theater. And he was like, you're too young to have done anything. And she was like,
Oh.
okay, well, you
Yeah.
know, whatever. So anyway, they had like a little dialogue, and I thought that
Oh my
was kind of
gosh.
funny
You're
when
too
she was
young to have
telling me
history.
that. Yeah, pretty much like you're too young to have
See her getting
retired.
this move
Yes.
on.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say to me?
Yeah, exactly. I know. There were a couple girls that were there, you know, they're older, and they were like, so how old are you? And she's like, I'm 11. And they were like, well, you look like you're 10. And Gabby snapped back and was like, so
Well, you
what
look like
does
you're
it
42,
mean?
so
Yeah, exactly, right? I know. And she was like, well, exactly what does that mean to you? Like, what do I have to look like to be 11? Do I have to wear, like, midriffs and rings on my fingers? Like, that's what she said to them. What do I have to look like I'm 11, you know?
Oh, mercy.
Lord,
Gabby.
I know. I
got
don't know
your
what
work
we're
cut
gonna do with
out.
her.
yeah, you do.
Yeah. Whatever.
Problem is she's smarter than all of us put together, so, you know.
Yeah,
There's
I know.
that.
I hope she never loses any of that
No, gosh, no. It's fantastic.
esteem, you know? Whatever. We just got to live through it.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you just gotta live through it.
Sometimes you just got to walk
Wait
away.
till hormones are in the mix.
Oh,
well,
sweet
That's
Jesus.
probably what's going on.
Those
So
are
we'll
fun.
just see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, so that was Boston. Lots of fun. Can't wait to go back and do it. I cannot, like, I would totally tell everybody to go and do it because it was a lot of fun. So I think it would be beneficial to kind of do both. You know, like
Yeah.
even if you could mix it up through the summer,
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
getting
do
something
like
different.
a Broadway program and then like an educational program.
Yeah.
You know, because you'll get something completely different out of each of them.
Well, at LCT this year for the camp, they had master classes every day.
Yes, and
which
that was lots of
so cool. It brought
Yeah, I
in
did
different-
headshots.
Yes, and the headshots were
You did?
amazing.
Oh, did you see?
So
Selena
fun.
posted one. I don't know. You guys, you might not be friends with her.
No.
Oh, her daughters came out phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I did. So I set up kind of what I wanted to do from a lighting standpoint and set a stool, and I had the kids get on the stool, and then I positioned them,
Perfect.
and then just did a few shots, and then Jordan gave me a couple of teenage helpers, and they were wrangling the kids. Somehow I missed shots of two of them.
Oh.
And so I was like, hey, I'll redo them if they want to come up. And so I did that this past Friday.
Oh, nice.
And one of them came up. The other one did not.
Okay.
And she came in and I was like, did you sit for me? And she goes, yeah. And I'm like, how did I not have a photo of you? I don't
Yeah,
understand.
that's weird.
Yeah, super weird. I don't know. Anyway, so, but I did like skin retouching because like I try to get everything right in camera, but like then there's blemish removal and, you know,
Yeah.
stray hairs and things.
Yeah.
So I fixed all of that stuff. And then, you know, did some color changes and things like that to make the photos really nice, you know.
Yeah, that's really
Like bring out the
taken you a
color
while.
of your iris and that kind of thing, hatch lights
Yeah.
and things. And yeah, I was pretty pleased with how they came out.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
So if you need a headshot done,
Yeah.
Well,
see.
I left a whole box of cards up at
Did
the
you?
theater too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're still there. They're out on or they were out on the table.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to get some done for Gabby now that she's got her braces off. So I need to
Yeah.
do all that. We
Yeah.
gotta get those done because her face
I
is
will
changing.
say, of all the kids, Max has the most flawless skin.
Oh, doesn't he?
Because I'm like, in order to do the
Boy.
retouching, I am in at almost a pixel level. Like,
Yeah.
you know, really zoomed in there. And I can see
Yeah.
everything. And I'm saying he is like butter. He is
Gosh, go Max.
flawless. So whatever it is he's
Oh,
doing, I hope that never
Probably
changes.
absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
He's a teenage
Well,
Yeah,
boy.
he
He's
is.
I would
probably-
think not either, but you know,
Yeah, he's a handsome man.
It's yeah.
Man child, little boy.
It was
Yeah, there's
impressive.
no child about him.
No.
He was the only
He's
one.
80.
There
Let's
wasn't
see.
a single
He's
blemish.
80.
There wasn't a single thing. I didn't have to do anything
Wow.
except
No
for like
touch-up.
color pop stuff for
Yeah.
Max.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's 13.
Mm-hmm.
So he is like completely into how he looks and
Well,
watching what he eats.
there you go.
And, so
It's working.
Yeah. So at the school they go to, he has PE like at 9 a.m. And also at the school that he goes to, they do not wear shoes in the classroom. And so that drives him crazy because feet stink. And not everybody wears nice socks. And
my
he doesn't
gosh.
want to see toes and things like that. So that stuff bothers him. But also,
Pinky hates feet too, though, so I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she's like, so and so had her grippers
That's
out.
right. The
It's always the
dogs were
grippers.
out. That's silly Kate's.
The
dogs.
dogs.
were on the chair.
dogs.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, right.
No, they got the grippers for Tinky.
So they're not
grippers
allowed to
away.
have like a backpack, but they want them to have like a drawstring thing, whatever, to bring books or whatever back home. So anyway, Thursday was the first day of school. So Friday he's got his backpack, and I'm like, babe, what you got in there? Because like it's your second day of school, like you shouldn't really have any books or anything. He's like, well, I have my lunch, and I have deodorant and a comb and some body spray. And I was like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, Mom, we have PE at 9 a.m. and I do not want to be a stinky kid. And I was like, Max, I love you so much.
Did the Axe body spray?
Oh my gosh. My brother, when he was young, because he's 9 years younger than me, he used to come and spend a lot of time like living with us. He just wanted out of my parents' house. And, we were a safe haven.
Yeah.
Anyway, but when he was like, I don't know, was he still in high school at that point?
Yeah.
So he was still in high school, but he would disappear in the bathroom for probably
geez.
3 hours. And he'd roll out, and as he would open the door, the Axe body spray cloud followed him.
Rolls in
He
like
has
a
since
mist.
grown out of that phase, thank God.
Thank God.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he was,
Yeah, that smell will take you right back.
oh man,
Oh,
you could. It was like a
yes.
green Axe fog, and it'd
all
roll out. I'm
over
like,
Yep. Yeah, I'll tell
Axe
you. So
body spray.
we were at Sam's Club on Saturday, so yesterday, and you know how they have like a free sample or whatever,
Oh,
you
yeah,
put your
go have
card
lunch
there.
there.
So they're called Dude Wipes, and PJ was like, "Oh man, we gotta get it." So like they sell them. We didn't purchase them.
what are you wiping with, dude?
Yeah,
wipes?
so I'm curious.
Everything. It's
Where
like
does the
it's like a
wipe go?
baby wipe, but
Why was
like
it-
you can use
is
it
for
wherever.
your balls. Like,
It could be. It could be. It could totally be
I'm
that.
thinking it, and
Butt
Kristen
wipes?
says it.
Yeah.
you're thinking it.
So there's no fragrance to it. So you could probably use it on any body part that you want.
It's just a wipe.
Yeah. So I brought it home and I was like, here you go, Max, this is for your bag.
What order do you use the wipe in?
Well, so I
Well,
can
not
tell you-
that first.
No. So that's like the
Like
first
there
thing.
and face.
No. So the first thing they teach
face,
you.
pit, and below.
Yep. You always work head
I
to
need
toe.
to know.
Head
Are the
down.
directions?
Yes. So when you go to nursing school, that is one of
I
the
know.
first things
We
that they
haven't
teach
thrown
you.
her not once.
Yeah, no, the first thing they teach you is how to do a proper bath. And you always start from the head.
Down.
Well, you
Well, wait.
skip.
I was about to say,
Yes.
you meet in the middle?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
That makes sense. Other than the dogs
So
are breaking
head,
up.
then feet.
Well, no. So head, like all of these parts, eyes, mouth. And you use a different one for each potty part. So you're not like,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Well, how
you're
many
not
dude
using the
wipes are you
same
gonna have to
cloth
use?
Well,
everywhere.
it's a sample, so it's not many.
I only have one. Listen, he's only going to get to use it once. He can choose which body part he feels it needs to have it on. But
Balls.
We're going to need to read
yeah.
Poor Chris is over there just shaking his head.
I know he's out of shot too.
Did you
so
miss
nobody
this
gets to
all
see
summer,
it.
Chris?
So anyway, so yeah.
There's a
so
thing called dude wipes. All right.
Max.
Well, good
For
to
your
know.
balls.
Yes. Yes.
You just want to say that.
Balls.
Oh goodness
Oh,
gracious.
gosh.
Dude wipes.
So yeah, so Max does have great skin. He's yeah.
Yeah, he was the only kid I didn't have to do like touch-ups for.
Wow.
Yeah, because there was 55 kids in the summer camp, and that, older teenage group.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
rough age right there.
Yeah, or tween teen.
And it's
Yeah.
hot
Yeah.
outside and you're sweaty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they were in the middle of like doing their rehearsals for their numbers, and they would come in groups.
Yeah.
And so some of them were doing. The only name that comes to mind is "Consider Yourself." It wasn't that. It was some dance number they were doing, and it was like a group of all the kids we know. And they came in and they were all sweaty.
Yeah.
Great.
And I was like,
her hair was like,
y'all-
she was all sweaty. Yeah.
you knew this was photo day.
Well, it's
Well,
like
see,
at
but
schools.
did we though? I feel like Jordan. I think
don't
next year when you, if I'm hoping you'll do it again. Next year they should put out a little email like tomorrow, and maybe she did and I missed it, but whatever.
Well, she
Tomorrow's
told all
gonna
the
be
kids.
that.
Yeah, the kids knew
Oh.
because Lily Kate told
Yeah,
me.
the
But I was out
problem-
of
My
town,
kids did.
so.
The problem is that I probably should have been on a day where they didn't have to do
Yeah.
dancey,
or do
sweaty
it first,
stuff.
like in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's
because
like
I was
school
there
pictures.
after lunch.
Oh, I know.
You know, they'll have recess, and it's like, all right, time to go do school pictures, and they're all.
And then they all use
Yeah.
the same comb that's in the sweaty
no,
guy's
there's
pocket.
a big old jar of combs.
Oh,
Yeah.
do they do in the barbicide?
Yes,
the blue water.
yep, in the blue water.
Oh, geez.
so the guy's not like, making the
Licking
kid.
like my mother used to do.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
So true.
Mom spit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know. Anyway.
Oh goodness. Well,
you have notes. What?
I
What? We haven't
do.
even really looked at the notes. What's
well, I just had the
I think
dates
we've
on here. We've
yeah,
pretty much
we
covered.
tackled all about that.
Just to remind people that we have lots of good episodes around college application process.
yes, because that's all starting up.
Yeah.
Michaela is
Mm-hmm.
already. She's already applied for scholarships
nice.
because some of them opened like August 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Some opened over the summer.
Okay.
But yeah, she found some big like database.
Yeah.
I was gonna
and it
ask you, how do
actually
you know?
shows.
Yeah.
She said it shows on there like when they open. So all the ones that are open already that
Okay.
she's qualified to go apply for because she can't apply for everything,
Right.
obviously.
Right.
But she's already applied for it. But she even applied for ones like with Coca-Cola and stuff. Which if you get those,
Yeah.
you get like Coca-Cola for life.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, if
Wow.
you get the scholarship, then you get Coke for life.
That's crazy.
Yeah, which
That is
she would love that.
that
Oh
is
my
crazy.
gosh.
Yeah.
Can she get like Gardner or anything like that? Does she qualify for any of that stuff? Do you
I
know
don't
about
even
that?
know it. I don't know.
Okay, let's talk offline about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know she's probably got bright futures.
This
And she's
is-
over a 4.0, so she's probably the top level of that, which I think is 90% that the bright futures will pay. But you have to go in state for that. I don't
Right.
know if she's,
Okay.
I don't know what school she's going to end up at. There's a couple here in state that she's interested in. She's also interested in one in, is it Pennsylvania? In Pittsburgh, right?
Billy.
Philly. There's one in Philly that's an art school that the Reynolds daughter went to.
Yes.
So, yeah, so she's interested in that one. And then she's also looking out of country at some options as well. She's just,
Wow.
she's trying to think
Good for her.
diverse and,
Yeah, I've told my kids they're doing a semester abroad because my brother did that.
yeah.
I never did because I was too chicken, and I regret that.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it's the age to do it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I told her, I was like, go. It's a great experience. Go. I mean, I've heard there's a lot of great schools. Like, just go look into them and find one that has programs that you're interested in.
Right.
And go.
Exactly. Do it while you can.
Yeah, I think, didn't she say
I
she
could
was.
see her in like Paris or well, you guys
Well-
are getting to go, right?
Yeah.
Well,
That's
they're
where she's
going.
going.
Are you
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
to Versailles? Oh, that's so cool.
I think she was looking at some place in Germany. She looked at a place in Spain.
Yeah, my brother went to University of Madrid.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah, very cool.
I mean, she doesn't speak any Spanish. She took a year of French already.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Not that you end up able to speak that language regardless of whatever it is when you take it in high school.
no.
Yeah.
I had 2 years of it, 2 years of Spanish, and I can't
I
speak
took
it.
Latin.
So yeah, me too. Like
I don't speak it.
20,000
That's highly
years of
helpful.
Latin.
It actually was. I loved it.
I took it because I knew I wanted to do something medical, so I
Yeah,
was like, it'll help you.
that's-
SATs,
Okay, well,
it'll
that I
help
can
you with that.
understand. I kind of wish I had
But-
done some Latin when I was still an animal trainer because we had to know all the birds,
Yeah.
like by their,
Yeah.
all of their Latin names and then
Yeah.
genus and species and
Jeez.
all of
Oh,
it.
I took it through high school and college, and I mean, when you're translating the Iliad and the Odyssey, you're like,
gosh.
oh, what is it? But the
That
really thing that
book.
I enjoyed about the Latin is getting to know all of the mythology and like all of like the culture and the Rome and how all that went. Like that was
Yeah, it's
that was pretty
fascinating.
cool. Yeah, and very, very, very fascinating.
Yeah.
How they lived and whatever. So it'd be kind of cool to get to go to
Yeah.
to Italy, and PJ's got family over
Rome's
there.
amazing.
Yeah.
You think you're standing there, like in the Colosseum, and you're thinking of all that had happened there. And
Everything.
We went to,
blown away by it.
I did in 10th grade. Yeah, it was 10th grade. I went over to Europe for band, and we did 7 countries in 16 days, and we made a stop in Venice. That was our Italy stop.
That's a
Yeah,
cool place.
it was really cool. They do a lot of glass blowing
Yes.
there.
Yeah, we went to
and
a
so we did like a
demonstration there.
tour.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
very fun.
Yeah, it was pretty neat
My
stuff.
favorite was Florence. That's the best.
Yeah,
Not that I've been to all of them.
I would love to go back and like take my time in
Yeah.
some of those countries.
Yeah, and like spend some time.
Yeah, we did like, I don't even think we were a full day in some stops. Like we were like maybe 3 hours in Liechtenstein. We were in Switzerland for like 2 days or 3 days, I think.
It's supposed to be beautiful, like
Oh
Austria.
yeah, that I would totally
Yeah,
go
yeah.
back. We were real fast through. Is it Amsterdam? I think we were real fast through Amsterdam. Like I don't even think we were a full day there. Yeah,
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah,
travel, see the world, watch
Yeah.
our old
Yeah.
episodes on musical
Upcoming
theater.
episodes. I've got to get Bo Bailey set with the schedule,
Yeah.
and then he's going back to school.
Yeah.
But he had a busy
I saw
summer.
him yesterday. Did you
Yep.
get to see
Yes.
him yesterday? Yeah.
He was with the Wagon Wheel
Yeah, he did a
Theater.
summer stock.
Yeah, in Illinois. I think it was
No.
up there somewhere.
Indiana?
Might have been.
I was just talking to his mom about it. One of those places.
Yeah, one of those. But the theater was really neat. It was one of those in the round.
Yeah.
Which is super cool. And they did, I think, 3 or 4 shows
They
up
had
there.
4, but one had to get canceled because of sickness.
Oh, okay. But they did Margaritaville up there.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool.
That
They
is
did a bunch
cool.
of other shows too, but
Yeah.
yeah. And he was in all of those.
Yeah, so he's going to come on.
Yeah, excited to hear about his summer and his plans and how things are going up
Yeah.
at FSU.
Yeah. Oh, and let's wish him. So I think today he was having an audition for a cruise ship.
Oh, wow.
Was
Yeah.
he?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I
that's
think
so
it's
cool.
today. And then he was saying he's got another audition coming up for something else, and then he was going to start concentrating. So for where he goes to school, FSU.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now he has to do a self tape within like the next 2 weeks or so.
Okay.
And then when he gets back to school, he said the first day of school is callbacks for their
Okay.
next
Whatever their show is.
show. Yeah. So he's got some busy stuff
Cool.
going on.
Yeah.
Well, we had in church this morning Ronnie Spoto. We haven't talked about him because he's a few years older, but
Yeah.
he used to do LCT stuff in Harrison.
I know everybody seems to know him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sang a solo. And I leaned over to Lily Kate, and I'm like, you can tell he's a musical theater kid because he just brought it. Like, it
Yeah.
was a full-on performance.
Was
I
that
love
for the you're talking about, he performed at the thing for Snagaki.
He did that, too,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
But you're talking about a different thing.
Yeah, this was church this morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he sings in the praise band there when he's home.
Oh, that's nice.
But yeah, and he killed it. I was like, dang.
Ah, he's super talented.
So much talent.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, it's good to catch up.
Yeah,
So
I know.
is this like our first episode of season?
Season 2.
No, 3.
No,
Three?
Season 3.
Okay, season
Yeah.
3.
That's awesome.
Yep, first
Yeah,
episode,
it
season 3.
is.
I know we had busy summers, and you know we have. I mean, this is really kind of the first we've had a chance to sort of catch
Yeah,
up.
I mean, we've been out of town and
Yeah,
all kinds of stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, this is fun.
So
Yeah.
we're back
I know, right?
with our nonsense.
I feel like we need to do a documentary because I feel like I watch Smartless and I love that podcast.
I don't think we're quite there yet, but
Listen,
sure.
I love me some Jason Bateman, and you know,
Oh, yeah.
they're just
Sean
all
Hayes,
amazing. Yes,
Laurinette.
Sean Hayes.
Oh, they're
Oh, yeah,
hilarious.
they're fantastic. Anyway, and so yeah, when we get up there, we'll have to do
We'll
a
do a
documentary, like follow our lives. Like everybody take home a camera and like yeah, because it was so much
you don't have
fun.
to take home a camera. You have a camera
Oh,
here.
true that. We could do it now.
Yeah,
Oh
you-
gosh.
don't
Into
let
the-
it stop
into
you.
the lives.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
Oh man, I don't know.
I don't know that
if
my
I'm ready
life's
for
that
that.
interesting.
But,
I
oh, really?
I
don't
spend a
know.
lot of time in the car.
Oh, my gosh. Tell me about it.
I mean, I spend less than you in the car, thankfully.
Yeah, I don't even want to hear your 5-minute ride.
yeah,
Yeah, whatever.
yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, we'll just
Little
change that
ride.
subject there.
Okay, cool. Well, I
everybody.
think that's a wrap on episode 1, season
3.
3.
Yeah.
So cool.
Awesome.
All right.
All right, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.